Let me guess, you just got paid yesterday. You opened up your banking app. You saw the number and thought to yourself, okay, this time I'm actually going to be smart with this money. Then you jumped online and you were hit with videos like the TFSA trick banks don't want you to know, or leverage your house and retire in just 10 years, or maybe why being debt free is the worst advice ever. Sounds familiar? And after a few of those hot takes, you were left thinking, great, but what do I actually do with my cash flow in my situation here in Canada this year? If that sounds like you, you're in the right place. First of all, a very happy new year to all of you watching. It is January 1st, 2026. And if you've decided this is the year your money stops feeling reactive and starts quietly compounding in the background for you and your family, I'm really glad you're here. This channel is all about understanding the system of the beautiful country we all live in, our Canadian tax rules, our Canadian accounts, our Canadian banks, credit, and mortgages. Because we do not want your hard-earned capital just scattered across random accounts. Instead, we want it working in a coordinated way to pull you closer to your version of the Canadian dream, whatever that looks like for you. And by the end of this video, I want you to walk away with 3 key ideas that you can use on your very next paycheck, bonus, or dividend. 1. Personal finance is actually more personal than it is finance. 2. There's a simple way to decide what to do with your next dollar. And 3. You do not need to know everything to start. You just need a good enough plan that fits you now, and we can refine it over time. That's it. 3 ideas, no fluff. Here's a quick intro about myself so you know who's talking to you. I'm Yudhvir Kabli, a chartered professional accountant and a chartered financial analyst with over half a decade of Big 4 Canadian corporate experience. And over the years that I've spent in the system, I've seen how money, tax, and risk actually work for professionals, business owners, and families just like yours. This channel is my way of taking what I've learned and sharing it back with you. Without any jargon, no hype, and definitely not selling you any secret course behind the content. Just clear Canadian personal finance on this channel. Here's a quick disclaimer before we go any further. Everything on this channel is education. It is not personalized financial advice. Your income structure, family, assets, liabilities, and even your goals, they're all unique. Before making big money moves, please talk to a professional who actually knows your numbers. Let's get into our first idea. Personal finance is more personal than it is finance. Yes, the math matters, but so do your values, your family, your stress level, and your goals. 2 people can both earn $150,000 or $300,000 plus in Canada and have completely different right answers for what they want to do with their money. One needs to aggressively clear high interest debt. The other could be focused on their first or next property. Someone could care more about flexibility and optionality, maybe travel, a career change, who knows? Another could be thinking about intergenerational wealth and exit planning. So I'm not here to judge your past decisions or sell you a one-size-fits-all formula. My job is to give you clear information and a simple, robust framework so you can build a plan that actually fits your life your way. And that sets us up perfectly for our next idea. Give every dollar of yours a specific job. From now on, I want you to think of every inflow this way. Every dollar you earn can be assigned to one of 3 types of capital: consumption, resilience, and growth. Consumption capital is what funds your current lifestyle and obligations. Think of housing, food, transportation, basic lifestyle spending, and those minimum down payments. It's what keeps the lights on and the basics covered. Resilience capital, this is your shock absorber. It's the money that keeps life from falling apart when something goes wrong. Think about all of a sudden car repairs, home maintenance, health expenses, taxes owing letter from the CRA, or maybe even short-term income disruptions. It is the difference between something just being annoying for you versus a full-on life crisis. And last, but the most important of them all, you guessed it, growth capital. This is where real progress happens over time. It includes paying down that bad or high interest debt faster and then investing the excess through registered, corporate, and non-registered accounts in a way that aligns up with your goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. This is what builds future you, giving you the options, freedom, and finally the much coveted ability to say no to things that don't serve your soul. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, instead of asking, how do I fix my entire financial life? Ask a smaller, better question. What job does my next dollar have right now? Does it need to go towards consumption because maybe you're stretched on the basics? Or do you need to park it into your resilience bucket because you're just one surprise bill away before life knocks you out? Or you could be okay on both of those fronts, and now it's finally time for you to focus on growth. You don't need a giant spreadsheet to move forward. You just need to answer this one question. Where do I put my next dollar consistently? We'll come back to this consumption, resilience, growth framework a lot on this channel. And that leads directly into idea number 3, progress without perfection. A lot of great smart people stay stuck because they think, I'll only start once I understand every single tax rule, or I'll invest once I've read 5 books and watched 30 videos, or I'll do it when I can build the perfect spreadsheet. To be completely honest, I myself am guilty of this analysis paralysis in the past. The truth is, your money actually doesn't care if your plan is perfect or not, but it definitely cares about your plan being in motion. So make sure that you show impatience for action and patience for results. If all you did after this video was just decide what percentage of your income goes to consumption, resilience, and growth, and then set up automatic transfers towards resilience and growth rather than consuming all of it, you'd already be ahead of the majority. You do not need to know everything about tax and investing to take your first few smart steps. That's what this channel is here for, to give you one clear Canadian specific upgrade at a time. For those of our viewers that are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, or 50s in Canada, with income that is good, maybe even great by certain standards, I'm sure there's still some of us that are not convinced their money is being used as intelligently as it could be. You might be thinking about a first or next home. You might be balancing family priorities with career or business growth. You might be sitting on cash, unsure of how to deploy it. Or you might just be tired of feeling fine on paper, but not really in control. This channel is here to help you tackle each of those situations. If you're more advanced, let's say you work in finance, law, healthcare, tech, or you run your own business, I want you to think of this channel as your Canadian specific playbook. We'll focus on the tax angles, the account rules, and the structural decisions that can separate you from just being fine to actually optimize. And if you're already very financially literate, first off, kudos to you. And secondly, I want you to know this up front. I'll always be respectful of your time and intelligence. When we cover basics, we'll move through them efficiently. And in every video, I'll make sure there's at least 1 or 2 deeper insights and knowledge nuggets, so there's real learning for everyone at every level. Now, you're probably thinking, why my channel when there are so many other money channels already out there? Let me give you 5 reasons to stick around. 1, I'm a CPA and CFA with Big 4 experience. Everything we talk about has to make sense from a tax, accounting, and risk perspective. If it wouldn't hold up under a spreadsheet or a CRA lens, it doesn't make it into our videos. Second, I'm not a bank trying to cross-sell you accounts, nor am I a brokerage nudging you to trade more. My only bias is towards strategies that are simple, efficient, and defensible for a Canadian household over the long term. Third, yes, I bring the professional lens, cash flow, tax, compounding, risk, but I'm also just a fellow Canadian, managing my money in the same system you are. So everything has to pass 2 tests. 1, does it work on paper? And 2, can a real human being actually live with the plan without being burdened by it? If it fails either one, it will not make the cut. 4, we're not just doing investing videos or debt videos in isolation. We connect income, tax, accounts, debt, investing, housing, and business decisions so your choices don't fight each other but rather complement them. You'll see how a TFSA, mortgage, insurance, and even a corporation can fit into one integrated plan. And most importantly, number 5, this channel is purely Canadian. We won't be adapting American content to fit Canadian needs. We'll walk through actual Canadian scenarios and rules. What this looks like on a Canadian pay stub, how it flows through a Canadian tax return, how it shows up in a sample Canadian mortgage, or inside of a TFSA. That's the bar for every video on this channel. And I want this to be consistent. I'll be releasing 1 new video every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on this channel. And I want you to think of it as your weekly money and coffee ritual. You bring the coffee, I'll bring the money playbook. If you show up for 1 video a week and take 1 small action from each by the end of 2026, I promise you this, you'll feel very different about your money and your options of what to do with it. Here's what you can expect from me on this channel. No unnecessary jargon. Always clear visuals and examples, honest pros and cons, and respect for both our advanced and beginner viewers. I'll keep things accessible without dumbing them down, and a constant reminder that this is education, not personalized advice. Your life is unique, your money plan should be too. And here's what I'd really love from you in return. Please hit the subscribe if you want 2026 to be the year you finally get on top of your money. And drop a comment right now and tell me what's one money topic you want a deeper Canadian specific video on this year. I'll be reading those and using them to shape our future videos. If you're ready to start 2026 by getting your money organized and working for you, not against you, hit subscribe, tap like so more Canadians see this, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss our Saturday 10 a.m. drops. I'm Yudhvir Kabli, CPA and CFA. Happy New Year, thank you for being here, and welcome to your new Canadian Personal Finance Playbook.